What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz. So today we're going to take a look at the top coin of the week and the altcoin army's top coins. Okay, the top coin, by the way, is Litecoin. So we determined that through Instagram at Altcoin Buzz. If you're not already following us there, you can. But more importantly, we ran the poll after we had conducted and collected all the data from Instagram and Twitter. As you can see, if you go through our Twitter, and come through here and see what most people say. And the poll that came up after we collected all the data was Litecoin. So let's go ahead and explore our coin of the week, Litecoin, and take a look and see what's going on here. So Litecoin is currently sitting at number 6 with an $8.3 billion market cap, sitting at $151. And yeah, I mean, in the bloodbath where we got retracement on many coins, Litecoin held its value. What I mean by that is where it was in December 3rd, it's still above that level. So where many coins have retraced past beyond where they were in December, Litecoin held its value and still above that level. So top tier coins mostly stayed strong even in the bloodbath. The lower cap coins, the ones that get the big gains, those coins got kind of slaughtered straight up, all right? You can pretty much get Litecoin everywhere, including GDAX and Coinbase. So this is not a very difficult coin to get your hands on if you're looking to acquire it. Overall, we've seen Litecoin as high as around about a $20 billion market cap. See, yeah, they've had a $20 billion market cap, so sitting at 8, it's retraced just over half. And let's take a look at some of the things that you need to know about Litecoin. So if you're new to Litecoin, which many of you probably are not, it's a global decentralized currency based on blockchain technology. What else is new, right? We hear that everywhere. So you have Lightning Network, which they're not quite mentioning here, but it's low transaction fees. It's got a high circulating supply, so it's silver to Bitcoin's gold, as Charlie Lee, the founder of Litecoin, likes to say. And if we just take a look at Charlie Lee and see what he's up to, if you're going to get into Litecoin, you're going to want to follow Charlie Lee. You don't necessarily need to follow the Litecoin Twitter, but you can see. Let's try to find out what's happening by asking the crowd. Is this a dead cat bounce, start of the next bull run? Okay, so he's asking questions similar to what we ask. So he's in there like us. They do have LitePay coming, so you'd like to think that Charlie would be mentioning that, although he did sell many of his coins when it reached the peak, and he's caught a lot of flack for that. But let's take a look at this LitePay. So get started with Litecoin payments. You can see on here, vendors can accept Litecoin and accept Litecoin, store and spend Litecoin securely, or turn Litecoin into dollars with LitePay card. So this is similar to what you've seen with Monaco 10X, except it's instead of having a universal credit card that takes multiple different currencies, LitePay is just Litecoin, right? So the thing about Litecoin that you have to keep in mind is its circulating supply and max supply are fairly low, and which causes that high volatility. Now, would you personally spend your Litecoin at this price, right? Knowing that it could potentially rise back up to, 367. I mean, that's like, why would you take your investment and cash it out if you think that it could go up, right? So that's one of the things that Litecoin and all cryptocurrencies really are having an issue with. So at some point in time, cryptocurrencies are going to have to stabilize. Like for you Forex traders, you'll know what I mean by that. If you don't know about Forex trading, basically currencies globally, they maintain a not so volatile market exchange rate. And unless you were trying to get into the Iraqi currency, I think it's the Iraqi dinar. That one was supposed to make a bunch of people rich, but I don't think that's happened yet. So Litecoin as I would say LitePay is definitely something to keep your eye on. You know, they've got everything from, if you go on Twitter here, hashtag pay with Litecoin, you can see people are using this hashtag. You can search for what people are selling, but you know, this person's selling a lot or some real estate, 5,800 Litecoin. This is in Florida. Got a pharmacist. So you've got this hashtag kind of getting going if you want to keep an eye on that, right? So I point these out. I mean, Litecoin's a currency. I mean, there's not much you can really say to highlight a currency because the utility is basically it's a currency. I mean, we could talk about their advancements and their founders, but you get the idea. Litecoin is a currency. It's definitely probably second to Bitcoin. Some might argue that Bitcoin Cash could be second to Bitcoin because of the market cap. And then you have Ripple, which is the banker's option. So people don't like that necessarily. But it is a microtransaction processing platform. And so is Cardano. Even these 25 billion coin circulating supplies, 39 billion total supply, these coins are still having high volatility. I mean, we watched Ripple go from 22 cents to what? Ripple went to $3, right? I mean, there was a point in time where Ripple was up above somewhere around $3. So yeah. Why would you sell your Ripple $1 if you could, you know, watch it ride up to potentially even at some point in time $5, right? So now, moving right along here, we're going to talk about some of these other coins that are on our list, if you notice our post here. So, number 2 on that list is EOS. Let's take a look at EOS. They call this one the Ethereum killer, even though it's an ERC20 token right now. So, Ethereum supporting its competition. And, you know, that's just hearsay. That's what the communities around these say. And that's because the reason they call it an Ethereum killer is because EOS, being a newer platform, is going to enable a more scalable environment than what Ethereum has. Ethereum being older, the problem there is the scalability on the user base and what it can handle. And so EOS has really held its value quite nicely, I would say. Even though it did reach $18 on January 12th, I'd say overall it's really just kind of held its value pretty nicely, sitting at $8.81. And you can pick EOS up on many different markets: Bithumb, Huobi, Bitfinex, Binance. Not seeing Bittrex on here. Kraken, whatever you want to call it. Gate.io, KuCoin. So this is another top 10 cryptocurrency that you guys really like, and I cannot blame you for that. This is an outstanding position to hold, especially with the big news that's coming here in late spring. I believe they're going to be deploying their testnet, so keep an eye on that. But let's go ahead and explore some EOS news. So EOS testnet has arrived. Scalable, decentralized applications can now be built and tested in a public environment. I believe it's going to be fully deployed in the late spring. That's what I'm hearing. So let's take a look here and get down to this. So you have peer-to-peer network code, WASM, sanitation and CPU sandboxing, resource usage tracking, rate limiting, Genesis, import testing, inter-blockchain communication. So EOS.io Dawn 2.0 release will find that all blockchain and network code necessary to launch and operate a private network can be found in GitHub repository. So if you guys need to check their GitHub for that information to stay up to date with that. And over the next 6 months, we will be continuously testing and debugging the network to improve scalability, or stability and performance. That's where we're getting this late spring from. So You can go through this on their website. They're also encouraging you to check out the GitHub repository. EOS Dawn 3.0 will reintroduce horizontal scaling of single chains and infinite scaling via secure inter-blockchain communication. With these two features, there will be no limit to what can be built on blockchain technology, nor for how decentralized the network of blockchains can become. So the infinite scaling is why people are putting that out there as an Ethereum killer. There was another Steemit article here where they were talking about Spring. So here's one talking about, is EOS the Ethereum killer? The downside to the virtual currency is that there is currently no finished product and that the ICO is still going, which means that there is still more than 30% of the coins to be distributed. That said, when it finished, the price is expected to rise by more than 3 times. See, that's just that is a projection. So take projections with a grain of salt from every place you ever get a projection from. And what they mean by that here about that EOS token distribution about the ICO. So you can keep up to date with that right here. Get EOS. So trading in Ether. And they have the typical, blah, blah, blah. You can follow them on social media. I mean, it really speaks for itself. Application developer platform and testnet. You come on here, check them out on GitHub. It's comparable. It's an ERC20 token still, so it hasn't fully become its own coin or platform yet. So I guess that's by the end of spring. We don't really know. A lot of these coins and tokens aren't doing their best to keep up to date with their investors. Even if they have put out the information, you can see it's still not readily made available as to dates when they can expect to see the transition take place. So even if they have put out that information, it's still difficult to find. Even if we check their Twitter, you have Dawn 3.0 alpha announcement. What's this? Dan Larimer will be speaking at Virginia Tech on March 1st. Sign up here. So what we're waiting on with this is for it to go from a ERC20 token to a coin. And then that's when this thing's fully ready to go. But sitting at number 9, you would almost say, well, can it go much higher? Well, it can go much higher in market cap as investment capital pours in. But you'd also think that the investor interest is already there, and maybe now it would just hit the mainstream. But could it ever pass Ethereum? I think it would have. I mean, if we just take a look at what Ethereum's done, I mean, it's going to be really hard to justify EOS overtaking Ethereum, even if it has a stronger tech, due to the fact that most of the tokens are built on the Ethereum blockchain. And the second to none on that would be Neo. You can see Neo's got Gas. They've also got Red Pulse and Omni's. I don't really consider Omni too much of a big thing here. And Deep Brain Chain, which has taken a bit of a pounding here, which if you're looking to get into Deep Brain Chain, that might be a good time. Anyways, not spending too much more time on this one. Let's move on to Telcoin. So this was your number 3 pick, I believe. Yeah, Telcoin just ahead of Oyster Pearl. So this is a telecommunications coin. You can pick it up on KuCoin, IDEX. So it hasn't been added to Binance, hasn't been added to Bittrex, not even on Bitfinex. And we'll see what happens when it gets onto more exchanges. But a coin like this that's functioning in this regard, let's take a look here. So basically everyone has more people have smartphones than they do bank accounts is what their big thing. And they're saying, hey, if you got a smartphone, use Telcoin. Financial inclusion for the mobile world. Thing to keep an eye on here is their circulating supply is to be 100 billion currently, or their total supply is to be 100 billion, currently sitting at 20 billion. So they're just over 1/5 of the way to their total supply. But because this total supply is necessary in this day and age, especially as more and more people come into the market. I mean, it's really not even that high, though. I mean, XRP has shown that they still have high volatility, even with this circulating supply and potential total supply, going from $1 to $3. So Telcoin, and Telcoin's not even close as far as the tech goes to XRP. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but it's definitely, I mean, this thing was sitting at 1 penny, to get it at well under 1 penny, it's kind of like a Redcoin kind of price action. Redcoin's a social media coin, but the price action we've seen with Redcoin in a bull market pulled up to 2 cents, and I would suggest that it's possible to project that Telcoin could do the same thing. Now, bear in mind, guys, I'm not giving professional financial advice here. Okay, none of this is ever professional financial advice. I try not to put the disclaimer all the time in there because I assume that you guys know, but we have to continually do that because we get new people, so I apologize about that. But yeah, this is not professional financial advice. You always need to do your own research. So, market cap of $70 million, I would suggest, well, I project that this thing has a lot of price action to come here, and I think you could see this thing definitely in a strong market pull back up to a penny, and a lot of people like this telecom communications coin. So a cryptocurrency distributed by your mobile operator and accepted everywhere. Well, it's not quite there yet, but that's their vision, right? Telcoin is focused on connecting the mobile networks globally, enabling easy conversion between telecom, mobile money, prepaid credit, and postpaid billing platforms. There is a lot of competition in this space. You just saw LightPay, you know about 10x, you know about Monaco, you know about Centra, and we know about Swipe. And even if you look at Jack Dorsey's Twitter, for example, you know, Jack Dorsey, he's the one who, let's see here. Jack Dorsey's the founder and creator of Twitter. So here we go. Instant buying and selling, if you don't want to hodl, of Bitcoin is now available to most Cash App customers. We support Bitcoin because we see it as a long-term path towards greater financial access for all. This is a small step. We also made this, my first Bitcoin. So Cash App. Square. So this is Jack Dorsey. He's the founder and creator of Twitter. He's also involved in the financial side with Square and this Cash App. There's a lot of competition in this place to tell coins up against, so just keep that in mind. Sure, they have that mobile angle, but and then you have that social media angle, and then you have Facebook even coming into the mix. So there's a lot of things to keep in mind before we get overly excited about which coin or which currency will take over, and is there enough space for everyone to share, right? So the fourth one that we're going to take a look at here is going to be Oyster Pearl. It's not much else. I mean, it's a token. If Telcoin was a coin, that would be even more interesting, but it's not. So, but we saw how Redcoin rose, but fell also. So Oyster Pearl, it's been on a nice little recovery lately, sitting at $84 million market cap, just above Telcoin. And get it on KuCoin, Cryptopia, Coin Exchange, EtherDelta, and IDEX. EtherDelta and IDEX are not very newbie user friendly, that's for darn sure. Oyster Pearl has been as high as $3.97, actually $4. Is that $4.80? Wow, sitting at $4.80 back in the heyday of early January. The future of website monetization and distributed storage built on IOTA, Tangle, and Ethereum. So if you use AdBlock, you know that those websites that you're visiting are not getting paid for your viewing audience. You're basically using their service for free. And I'm not saying that you should feel any sort of moral obligation to have ads on the website, but just think of it like that. I mean, I guess if you went into someone's store, if you went into Walmart, you don't necessarily have to buy anything. You can window shop, right? But I guess if you consume content on a website, maybe you should also consume the media that pays for that. I don't know. That's something that we're still reviewing. But advertising is broken. There's no doubt about that. Advertisements have always been a fundamentally weak proposition. They are intrusive, tangible, privacy invasive, and distract from the cleanliness of a website. Making matters worse, creative content publishers are suffering due to the advent of ad blockers and a general disregard of what advertisements have to offer. So what's their solution? Revenue in one line of code. All right. Website visitors contribute a small portion of their CPU and GPU power to enable user files to be stored on a decentralized and anonymous ledger. In return, the website owners get paid indirectly by the storage. Users and website visitors can enjoy an ad-free browsing experience. So for those of you who just see the current ad ecosystem as a joke or as something that's intrusive and just doesn't function correctly, you might consider something like Oyster Pearl that is looking to find the solution to that by basically saying you contribute your CPU and GPU power to enable users' files to be stored on a decentralized anonymous ledger. So a robust data storage protocol. You can go through all this. I'm not going to go through all this. This video is getting quite long by now, but I would encourage you, if you have any interest in acquiring any of these coins, to do your own research. Go in there and take a look at these coins and tokens, because now you have an idea of where to start and some things to look at. I always recommend that you consider looking at the team, the roadmap, maybe the GitHub repository, watch the video here, and if you can find the white paper on these websites, check out the white paper. So anyways, guys, we'll see you next time. This is Jeff. You can subscribe to this channel if you like videos like this. Turn on that bell if you want to get notified, and we'll see you next time.